everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I just sat down and made a video. I feel like I've been saying that a lot lately, but it's just true. Things have been busy and stuff around here. If you're new to my channel, my name's Lauren and I got married 5 months ago. And this video is not going to be about wedding planning or our wedding. I do have a ton of videos all about that in my playlist down below. It's called like wedding planning playlist or something on YouTube. I get a lot of questions about that, so if you want to check that out, then you can go there. But today is not going to be about that. It's gonna be about something a little bit more intimate, I guess you could say. This video is going to be all about birth control and what I and my husband decided to do to prevent having kids for a few years. You know, this has been working out for us pretty well. I know that it can be kind of a sensitive topic for a lot of you guys, but I'm just here to share my opinion and not to pressure you, and that is just what I will say to start this off. I'm not telling you what you're doing is wrong, or you need to get on birth control, or you need to do this way. Just take into consideration what I say, I guess. If you're interested, you obviously, you know, clicked on this video for a reason. So I'm going to tell you guys my experience with doing a natural version of birth control. So there's no chemicals involved, there's no pill, there's no IUD, there's no release of hormones into my body that my body does not need or want. So that is the reason why I chose to go this route. And I will say, if you are engaged or you are getting married soon, I would say, or you know, you think he's gonna ask the question soon, I would say research these methods now while you can, before you're married and before you get on a pill or something, because it's gonna kind of be hard for your body to adjust getting off of that, or just, you know, getting your hormones balanced again if that is what you have been on in the past. So for me, Josh and I got engaged in 2018. It is now 2020, but we had a full year of engagement, of being engaged. So I had a entire year to let my body, you know, be figured out by this method of birth control, which is taking your basal body temperature every morning. And for those of you guys don't know what that is, it's very different from your normal temperature. So your basal body temperature is something that can only be really detected usually right when you wake up in the morning, as long as you've gotten like 4 hours of sleep at least. And it's a very slight movement in your temperature that your thermometer is detecting. So your basal body temperature is a lot different than just taking a temperature like under your armpit or in your mouth like during the day or something. So I wanted to say that you can't really use this method with a normal temperature thermometer. So anyways, I'm just gonna get into it since I'm already talking about the temperature thing. So the way that I chose to do it is by using the Daisy. This is what it is. This is her. This is the Daisy. It is a basal body temperature thermometer, but it's also like a mini smart computer in here. There has been like over 30 years of research put into the Daisy, and I'm so excited to see that it is not only working for me, but over the years has worked for so many women who had struggled with being on the pill, and you know, maybe they had the arm birth control. And I know so many friends right now who are dying to learn more about this, because they are struggling so much just physically and mentally and emotionally, just because of those hormones that are being pumped into their body just by preventing a pregnancy. So that's why I chose to do this. The reason why I said I started it the first year of our engagement for our wedding is because we were not sexually active. We were virgins on our wedding. If you want to see that video about our wedding night as virgins, or just whatever, you can click up in the cards here, and if it's not there, it's on my channel. So yes, so I had a whole year to figure my body out with this, and it is good to do that because Daisy takes a few months to get to know your body and your temperature and all of that. So basically, I will just click it on right now. I'm not sure if you can see the red light that is right there. There is a red light on this, and I will go into what that means. So basically, when you first get your Daisy, if you do, or really any kind of basal body temperature thing that you're going to be using to prevent pregnancy, it's going to need to get to know your body most likely. At least this one does. So it's going to give you a yellow light, which means it's still trying to figure out your body, your temperature, even your period cycle, like when you get your period. So it is crazy. It's a very smart technology that they use, and it's actually 99.4% accurate, which actually the birth control pill, there isn't an actual way to say that it's 99% accurate or more. I know a lot of people say that it is, and I totally, you know, nothing against you or anything if you have an amazing experience with the pill, but that is if you're taking it at the exact time every day, you're spot on, and you are 100% using it correctly, which some people don't, so that percentage can go down. So basically, since this is 99.4% accurate, and now I believe it has gone up a 0.1% since I checked that, I will have to put it on the screen here if it has. So I just wanted to mention that. I know there are skeptics out there who do not think this can work, but it's worked for me and my husband, so it's fine. So I will say that it's getting to know you when it has the yellow. So then after a few months, it really started to learn my body and know my body. So for instance, if you're trying to prevent a pregnancy, you would adjust the settings in here and on your app. I love that the Daisy has an app. I can look on my phone and see, oh, I'm probably gonna be like ovulating in the next few days. That's cool, I can see it right here. Or, oh, it says that I'm gonna get my period soon, like better get those tampons, because for me, I'm so irregular. Another reason why I wanted to get this to know my body as quick as I can. Like I said, we've been married for 5 months and it has been working great. So anyways, I feel like I'm getting off track. So when you get, first thing in the morning, the way it works is you take this off, or you just have it off already like I do. I put it in my nightstand right there, and every morning I put it under my tongue. The reason why you want to put it under your tongue to get your temperature is because there are two, I guess, heat pockets under your tongue on both sides of your mouth, and that is going to be the most accurate to get the actual temperature of your body. So the reason why you want to do it first thing in the morning is because you don't want to be moving around too much, getting up, going to the bathroom, and then doing this, because that can change your temperature even in the slightest. So I'm just gonna read off of the Daisy website just to give you an idea. So your basal body temperature, which is your walking temperature, I guess that's what they call it, is slightly lower in the first cycle phase of the month, and it increases by 0.25 or anywhere from 0.25 to 0.45 Celsius around the time of ovulation. So it is in Celsius because this was not created in America where we use Fahrenheit, but you can totally change the settings and figure out the Fahrenheit. So it changes and fluctuates within that window when you're ovulating, and it is 99.4% accurate, which is very, very high when you think about it. It's gonna notify you right when your temperature is lowering. So for instance, if I am green this week with a green light, then I am good to have unprotected sex. Sorry, it's TMI, I know, but if you clicked on this video, then we're getting into it. So green is good to go. Same thing with the stoplight. Good to go. So as far as red, if I were to take this today, which I did, and a red light shows up, that shows me that I'm in the window of ovulation. So basically, you can only get pregnant a certain time of the month. I know we are taught as girls to, you know, you can get pregnant at any moment, like blah, blah, blah. And I'm not saying to not use protection, especially if you are not married or in a committed relationship. Please use protection. But I am saying that there is like 6 or 5 days where you can get pregnant, and the rest of the entire month you actually cannot. So it's very interesting. I definitely suggest researching your body, your ovulation time. But there is a 5-day window where you can get pregnant, and after the 24 hours of your ovulation is up, you're good to go and the green light is back. So I did want to say that and mention that, because I think we are just trained and thought throughout, you know, growing up in middle school and high school that I can get pregnant at any moment. Like I said, please use protection, and hopefully you are married or in a committed relationship watching this. So anyways, yes, you will get that green light. So like I said, the reason why there are 5 days before your ovulation day, so it's, say that I ovulate tomorrow, your ovulation time is only 24 hours. So you might be like, Lauren, why does it say 5 days then that you could possibly get pregnant if your egg is releasing for only like 24 hours? Well, that is because sperm can live in your body for up to 5 days. So that's why Daisy is very accurate. They're telling you, hey, you gotta stop now on this 5th day, and I'm gonna give you a red light because that sperm could live inside of you for 5 whole days, and then once your egg releases, it is ready to make a baby. So that's why it gives you that red light for more than 1 day. And a lot of questions you guys have asked me on Instagram, which I'm about to answer. I won't go too much in depth about the technology of Daisy, but I will say it's been 5 months that we have been using this method. No accidents so far, and if we do, you know, have one, we are married, and it is what it is. But I really am not ready for a baby at all. We both are not. Yes, it's been working for us great, and I will actually read a little bit more about the Daisy. This means that pregnancy most likely occurs 6 days or 5 days before your ovulation. So that's actually the prime time for you to get pregnant, is before you even ovulate, because the sperm is still alive for 5 days. So Daisy calculates the 6 days, and it tells them to you. So it's giving you green, green, green for the whole week, and then, oh, all of a sudden I'm ovulating, you know, and it's gonna warn you. So another thing that I absolutely love about this is that it can also detect if you're possibly pregnant, and it will give you a blue light, I believe. The reason why I don't know exactly the color of light is because I have not had that yet, so just saying. And if you are about to start your period or time of the month, it's giving you like a purple light. So that is amazing. Like I said, I'm really irregular, so sometimes I can be like 4 days late and it's freaking me out, or early, and it's just awesome, because sometimes days I'll be like, oh my gosh, am I gonna start soon, or when am I gonna start? And it'll warn me a few days before I even get my actual period, and it will give me a purple light, which is so awesome. I can mentally and physically prepare to be on that time of the month. And so yeah, I will go ahead and answer your questions now. I don't want to take up too much time. I could go so much in depth about the research that's behind Daisy, but I will leave that up to you guys, and you can always check out more YouTube videos on other girls' experiences. I haven't heard any bad experiences really so far. I mean, maybe there are some out there, but I absolutely love it. The only thing that did hold me back in the beginning was the price. I know that can be just a crazy price up front. I think it's like $200 something, maybe a little bit more. But I was, you know, thinking about it. I'm like, well, you're gonna use some and spend money on some kind of protection anyways. And when I did go on the pill, yes I did, and that was just for, it's just crazy because a doctor just handed me over, you know, the pill and hormones and all of the stuff that is not great for my body, especially when I was young, and just handed it over to me easily just because I wanted it, just in case it would help acne. So that's just something else to keep in mind. It's crazy that this is really just a really intense pill that you're taking every single day. It can be really harsh on your body, but doctors are just handing it out. You know, there's no like qualification really. It's just like, oh, I want my acne to be better, and can I get on it? So I know that's not the experience with everyone, but I did want to just say that. So anyways, I knew I would probably be spending money on the pill or an IUD, and just the cost of the pill for me was so expensive. I don't know if that's because of my insurance or what, but I was just like, you know, I'm going to be spending money either way, and Daisy did have a program, which I really, really hope that they still have. It's a payment plan. I paid $20 a month for like a year and a half, and I paid it off. So every month I was paying 20 bucks, and it worked out so well for me. I just made my last payment, and I'm really excited because I paid it with my own money. This is not sponsored or anything, I will say that too. So yes, I'm gonna go ahead and answer your questions from Instagram because I feel like I'm rambling a little too much. Okay, do you know of any concerns with the pill? I will say that there are plenty of concerns, which you can research that anywhere online and find experience of women, but basically when you are putting a hormone in your body that your body isn't producing, over time your body will stop producing the hormone that you're putting inside your body because it realizes that it doesn't need to make it anymore. And that is the #1 reason why some women, I will say some because not all, some women experience major infertility issues when they're off the pill, they're ready to get pregnant, and it takes them years to get pregnant because it takes them and their body time to adjust and finally start making that hormone again. So I will say that is one thing that obviously is not great for you to be putting in your body, because our bodies make a certain amount of hormones and different ones for a reason, and by ingesting it every day, your body thinks, okay, I don't need to make that anymore because she is taking a pill that actually has it. So that is just one thing. And also my husband is a paramedic, he's a firefighter, and they are trained to actually go on a few calls with young women or women of all ages that have symptoms with the pill. He has personally seen that in the training that he's done in the classes, and they're actually required to ask things like that, like, oh, are you on a pill? Are you taking birth control? Because it can have severe effects on your heart actually, and actually cause seizures. Once again, take this with a grain of salt. I know this doesn't happen to everyone, but it's more common than you think. I don't think it's talked about enough. When you're taking something that is a synthetic hormone, it can do things to your body. It can put you into a seizure. It can blood clot. It can clot your blood. Just things that are not great, especially when you're taking this, as most girls do, starting out in high school and taking it for 6 or 7 years until they want to start a family or more. So I will say that. Obviously the IUD is a little bit different, but me personally, I didn't want something foreign like in my body for years on end and releasing hormone or being copper in my body and have the potential to have it rust. So that is the reason and the concerns that I might have that you guys asked. Okay, my camera died, and I hope that it didn't cut out too many things that I was trying to say, but the last thing I think I got on camera was Courtney asked or said, I have irregular periods that last weeks at a time, even on the pill. Would this be too risky to do? Like, I guess she means the Daisy. Would this be too risky? So I would say talk with your doctor, and honestly, I would say if your periods last weeks on end and you got on the pill and still nothing has changed, which honestly, maybe don't go on the pill if you're, you know, cycles are that long, because it can, you know, probably not be great for you. But like I said, talk to your doctor, and honestly I would say try to get off of it, spend time having your body readjust to being off of the pill. And no, this is not going to you can totally still do this method as long as your partner is okay with, you know, you doing this. I would say, you know, when you are on your period, if you are okay with like being intimate and stuff, that is obviously up to you. But you most likely are not in the fertile window during that whole time you're on your period, so it's okay to have unprotected sex. So that is obviously up to you, but I would say this method is totally okay to do while you're on your period. Like I said, there's no hormones or anything. It's a natural way of tracking your cycle and when you ovulate. So did you and also Josh fully trust the Daisy on your wedding night? Like I said, that's the exact reason why I got on it so early. Obviously it doesn't take Daisy a whole year to learn your body. It only takes like a month or maybe less. But I just wanted to get in the habit of doing it, trying it every morning, making sure I remembered every morning, because some mornings I did forget. So it was getting in the habit of it, and that's why I fully trusted it on our wedding night. And as a guy, I know it can be scary because he's not doing more of the research, so definitely include him on it. Be like, hey, this is the app that I, you know, can see everything on, and this is the temperature that I'm using, and this is why it works, and this is other women's experiences. So that's kind of what I told him when we were engaged, and he was totally fine with it. He does not like the idea of me taking hormones anyways, or on the pill, or an IUD insertion, or anything like that either. So we were on the same page, and that is why I trusted it, because I was getting in the swing of things with Daisy, and Daisy already knew my body and my ovulation cycle. Which methods do you use on the Daisy on red days? So she's asking what we use when you are either not supposed to have sex because it is a red day, or you're supposed to use a different type of protection method. So there are plenty of methods. There are I've seen what's called I do have a gosh, I wish I remember the name, but it's kind of like an insertion thing if you want to look more into that. I haven't even used that yet because there are other ways, which, I mean, if you've watched this video already, sorry, I guess TMI, but there's just the withdrawal method, or you can wear a condom. And to me, if you are taking your temperature every morning, you're putting in the work to do that, to learn your body, I think your partner or your husband can, you know, wear a condom a few days a month. And obviously that is up to you guys. Maybe you don't like that idea either as a woman, and that is totally fine. It's up to you. But there are plenty of other ways to prevent pregnancy on those red days. Like I said, it can be like 5 or 6 days and that's it. And I did want to say, like, Daisy can sometimes obviously have a hard time reading your temperature if you're sick and if you have a fever. But if you think about it, you're most likely not, you know, being intimate when you have a fever and you're sick. So I do want to mention that. I think a lot of people are like, well, it's not going to be an accurate temperature when you're like sick and stuff. And it's like, yeah, that's true, but you're probably not wanting to have sex on those days. Okay, so another question, do you recommend it over regular birth control? I feel like I did answer that question. In my opinion, like I said, everything is just my opinion, what I'm saying, but I definitely prefer it. I was on the pill, hated it. I had mood swings. I think I was gaining a little bit of weight just holding on to like water retention. I did not feel myself at all, and it was just weird and scary. Do you have to use any other birth control form like condoms, IUDs, etc.? Like I said, it's up to you. You don't have to use any condoms or IUDs at all, but on those red days, like I said, you can withdraw, or you can use a condom, or you just don't have sex, and that is just it. I feel like I'm answering the repeated questions. Have you ever forgotten to check and see if you're fertile and then realize until after you were intimate that you were fertile? So basically she's asking, did I forget that it was a red day and then we had sex, unprotected sex, and I was like nervous? So no, I haven't, but that is why I love the Daisy app. You just download it onto your phone when you get your thermometer, and you actually plug your thermometer into your phone with a cord, and it syncs every single data. I should have said that in the beginning. So it's syncing everything, and some days I'll do that and I'll see, okay, I'm red today, I'm gonna be red these next few days, and I just remember that. I think you just get in the habit of easily remembering. Plus you're taking this every morning, so you're putting it under your tongue. Honestly, sometimes I fall asleep. It takes like a whole minute or a little bit over that to read your temperature. I put it under my tongue, I roll over down. When you do hold it down, I won't do it now, but the blue light makes a little circle, put it under your tongue. I just like lay there, close my eyes, not wanting to get up again. And then it beeps and it gives me my reading for the whole day. So if it's red, I just remember it. I don't know, I'm just like, oh yeah, it's red. And if you do forget and all of a sudden you're about to be intimate, you just click it like so, and it shows you your red or your green light, and be like, oh okay, I'm good to go, or oh okay, we need to use protection. So that is just another thing. So what else? I think this might be one of the last questions. How do you stay protected while tracking your temperature? So maybe I think she means while Daisy is getting to know you. Like I said, it depends if you're on the pill right now and you need to wait and have your body adjust, or if you're not. But basically there's other ways of using protection. Oh, I've just remembered the name. There are diaphragms which you can use as a woman to put inside your body and protect you from the sperm getting up in you, I guess. I don't know. But like I said, I have that, and I got it from my doctor, but like I said, I have not needed to use it or really wanted to, so that is another option. So condoms, diaphragms, or just withdrawing. So I hope that answers your question. Did you try any other charting or basal body temperature before the Daisy? No, I didn't, but I have a few friends that use the bracelet. So you wear it at night, and then you, I think, like click it in the morning, and it reads your temperature that way on a bracelet. Obviously, I'm not an expert because I've only used Daisy. There are so many other ones out there. I totally understand if this is too expensive for you. You know, there are other methods out there. Just definitely do your research, and YouTube is very helpful for your research and stuff too, just to get other girls' opinions. So yes, I got off of hormonal birth control for health reasons and religious reasons, and she feels so much better. That is awesome. Sorry, that's not a question. I just went ahead and read it, but that is so awesome to hear that you're feeling so much better. So anyways, I will leave it at that. I hope you guys gained some kind of knowledge from it. Maybe you were just curious about how it worked. Maybe you were curious about what natural birth control looks like for me and my husband. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because when I was getting engaged and researching all this, I wanted a video like this to be out there. There are so many other ones. But yeah, I will link a few things about Daisy down below if you're curious to learn more. Like I said, there are other ways to track your temperature and do natural family planning and all of that in a natural way. So I will leave it at that, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!